everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this video we will be taking a look at functions and composite functions. Function, what is that? Is it the weird fx thing? In short, well yes, it is the fx thing. What are functions? A function is a rule or set of instructions for changing one number, which is the input or the x value, to another, which is the output or the y value. For example, if fx is a function of x, the values of fx will depend on the values that you input for x, and there will be only one possible value of fx for each values of x. So basically, for each value of x that you input, you will only get one possible value of y, or fx. A function can be pictured as a machine that turns the inputs into outputs. So these here are the inputs or the x values, and the function turns them into outputs or the y values. Examples of functions: fx equals to x squared. To find the value of fx, you square the value of x. Fx equals to x cubed plus 1. You cube the value of x and then add 1 to get the value of fx. And lastly, fx equals to sine x. You take the sine of x to get the value of fx. Let's take a look at some problems. So calculate the value of fx equals to 6x plus 12 when x is equal to a 3, b 5, or c 10. For the first one, when x is equal to 3, you input the value of x into the function. So f3 equals to 6 times 3 plus 12, which equals to 30. For the second one, you input the values of x again. So f5 equals to 6 times 5 plus 12, which is equals to 42. And the same thing for the third one. X equals to 10, you input 10 into the function in place of the x. So f10 equals to 6 times 10 plus 12, which equals to 72. How do you write functions? Ways to define a function. There are two main ways. So the first one is fx, f brackets x. This is read as a function of f of x. Or this, which is read as f is the function that maps x onto dash. Function notation. Function notation is the mathematical way of writing functions. Think about the function fx equals to x plus 2. What does this mean? It means that the function of x is equals to x plus 2. Basically, we add 2 to the x to get the value of the function. Functions can also be written as f colon x turns to 6 minus 3x, which is read as f is the function that maps x onto 6 minus 3x. The expression 6 minus 3x is sometimes also called the image of x under the function f. Composite functions. Composite functions are simply the functions of other functions. They are written as f(x) or g(x) or h(sx) and etc. The function f(x) is basically saying the function of f of the function of fx. An example of this could be gf is 4, where gx is x plus 1 and fx is x minus 1. To solve gf4, you input the value of 4 in the f function since that's first. So f4 equals to 4 minus 1, which is 3. And that value that you get, which is 3, you input into the g function, which is the next function. So you get g3 equals to 3 plus 1, which is 4. Therefore, the value of gf4 equals to 4. So basically, you solve the first function, and then the value that you get from that function you put into the other function. The first function will always be this one, the one that is closest to the bracket, and the second one will be the one beside it. Problems and solutions. Let's take a look at some problems. So we have fx equals to 5x plus 10 and gx equals to 2x minus 1. Calculate the value of fgx when x is equals to a 3 and b 5. So first we have to solve gx with the values. So for a, we have x equals to 3. We input 3 into the g function and get g3 equals to 2 times 3 minus 1, which is 5. And now that value that we get, we input into the f function. So we get f5 equals to 5 times 5 plus 10, which is 35. Therefore, the answer of fg3 will be equal to 35. For the next one, we do the same thing. X equals to 5. We put the value of x or 5 into the g function and we get g5 equals to 2 times 5 minus 1, which is 9. Now that value we input into the other function, which is the f function. So we get f9 equals to 5 times 9 plus 10, which is 55. Therefore, the value of fg5 equals to 55. Let's take a look at some quadratic functions now, shall we? So we have fx equals to x squared plus x plus 2 and gx equals to x squared plus x minus 3. Calculate the value of fgx when x is equal to 4. We do the same thing. We input the x value into the first function and then take the answer of that function and input into the second function. So let's input the value of 4 into the g function and we get g4 equals to 4 squared plus 4 minus 3, which is 17. And now we take the 17 and input it into the second function, which is the f function. So we have f17 equals to 17 squared plus 17 plus 2, which equals to 289 plus 19, which equals to 308. Therefore, the function fg4 will be equal to 308. Thank you guys for watching, and if you have any questions, please ask them in the comment section. That's all for today, and see you guys in the next one.